I'm Mackayla. Welcome to the Soundtrack of Our Lives podcast. We're going to get started with the two hardest questions of all. Who are you and what have you been up to recently?
My name is Chris. I play guitar in a band called Further North, and I have been doing the 9 to 5, so I can do the 5 to 9 next month.
You have to do
Isn't that
it.
what all the kids are saying
Yeah.
nowadays?
Yep. How do you balance work, life, and the band?
Uh, well, I am no juggling artist, I'll tell you that. Plenty of times I dropped one side or the other, but I mean, it hadn't been terrible. Being a musician and like one that travels and plays, you have to have such a crazy support system with you.
Hmm.
Not only like the guys that you travel with, because that's like a whole other marriage. But like if you are actually married, like I am, at home, then it's you have to have that like, hey, I know you've had a bad day, but I'm 4 states away and can't like hang out kind of scenario.
Hmm.
So I don't know how we do it, but we managed to do it. So thankful for that.
That's good. Yeah, how do you manage the relationship with all the guys, which you said is like another marriage, making sure that everyone feels heard within the band?
We try really hard. None of us are like real big egos or anything, so we try super hard to make it a democracy. Every now and then somebody has to step in and like make a decision or drive us a certain way. But for the most part, everybody gets a say every time, and then we just kind of deliberate over that.
Does it ever feel, or have there ever been arguments based on, the democracy?
Oh, absolutely. Like I was saying, if you've been in a band long enough that it does become almost like a marriage, then yeah, there's the goods and the bads, just like
Hmm.
everything else. But I'm a stature wise, I'm a pretty big dude. I'm 6'4" and like 200, 300 pounds. So they don't really argue too much.
So you win all the arguments.
Yeah, I just beat them, physically beat them, and they leave me alone. They let me do what I want with the band. No, it's not that way at
I
all.
was gonna say that's a good bonus. You always get what you want.
No, and everybody will tell you in my band, like I'm such a teddy bear. I mean, I'm a big dude, but I'm such a teddy bear when it comes to anything. Like I'm not very serious. I'm always trying to make people laugh, and then I tend to make the worst jokes whenever people are like upset to try to get some laughter out of it. And it's a terrible scenario usually.
You have to try.
You have to try, at least try.
Yeah, because if you can make someone laugh, that's always good.
We listen to a lot of stand up in the van too, so we listen to. I got some heavy hitters I got to try to follow in the footsteps of when I'm trying to make these guys laugh. So,
Who are your favorites to listen to?
jeez, we listen to. We had like a tradition of like when we got in the van, we did two things. We listened to the first Dane Cook CD all the way through
Hmm.
because that was our generation of like stand up. I say generation. We're a little older now, I guess. Um, so we listened to Dane Cook and we listened to Story of the Year's Page Avenue. Our tour manager slash content chick makes us listen to Page Avenue all the way through. So it's just kind of like a tradition, I guess. But yeah, we listen to Dane Cook. We listen to a lot of Shane Gillis, a lot of stuff like that. Kind of the
Hmm.
the newer Austin-based comedy. I guess we're from Texas, so
Do you ever branch out from Austin based, or do you tend to listen just to that?
oh, we listen to a lot. We listen to a lot of stuff, just
Hmm.
about anything. If it's funny, if it's kind of edgy, we like that kind of a little bit. But we also listen to a guy named Nate Bargatze, who's
Oh,
a
love
clean
him.
comic. Yeah,
Yep.
and it is we crack up.
We watch him as a
That's it.
family because he's clean, and it's something you can watch as a family.
Yeah, and it's like he just got I don't know, his clean jokes are so funny that you don't even realize that he's not like vulgar about it. It's just
Right.
really funny.
Have you watched, are they Netflix specials that he's done?
Yeah, I haven't. I think I watched a lot. I don't remember which one it was. The last
Hmm.
one I watched, but my singer Steve actually went and saw him do basically just do the tour for the Netflix special he just put out, and he said it
Hmm.
was a riot. He said it was ridiculous.
Oh, that's so fun. I need to
So
see him.
yeah, we're all about it. We're we try to stay not. I mean, most of the dudes in the band are faith based,
Hmm.
so we try to stay in that kind of realm because there's enough of the other stuff everywhere else. We try
Yeah.
not to just completely inundate ourselves with it.
Hmm.
But Nate's a good one.
He is. He's funny without like being overboard about it.
Right, right. It's the stories he tells about his wife just cracks me
Hmm.
up. Like
Do you have a favorite?
The airplane in the driveway. I was gonna say is my favorite one.
I say I think my favorite one is it was on I don't maybe one of his first Netflix specials, but talking about being guarding a water cooler or the water
Yeah,
tower
yeah,
after 9/11.
yeah.
That's one of my
He's funny,
favorites.
man. He's funny. He talks about the airplane, or he'll talk about like how his wife isn't, or his wife's the man of the house. So whenever there's like
Hmm.
a plumber there to do something, he's like, "Dude, I have no idea why you're here." It's such a funny thing. I
So
love it.
you mentioned that a lot of you are faith-based. How does that impact the music that you make?
Uh, well, we've gone through iterations of
Hmm.
writings that we have to change because the goal in our band, uh, and I just play guitar and I write. Yeah, I write as much as anybody else does, but
Hmm.
I wish our singer could explain. He's awesome at explaining everything so much better. He's just such a better like front person, I would say. Um, we there's got to be some hope in everything that we do.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, like that's kind of our job. Is if we go play a show or we meet somebody, if we have one person come up to us and say, "Hey, this lyric of this song or whatever," this we tend to do. We're from the jackass generation, so we tend to do like a ton of stupid TikTok stuff and Instagram. That's just kind of if we're making content, it's something related to that. It's just something
Hmm.
beating each other up, or there was one. We have a video where Steve, our singer, slapped my phone out of my hand every time I turned around, and that was like progressively making me mad. And I didn't. They were filming. I didn't know they were filming, so it's funny. But we, if we can get somebody to come up to us and say, "Hey, that video of him slapping your phone got me through something or made me laugh and got me past something,"
Hmm.
then I'll kill a phone all day for somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just any kind of way that we can help kind of is the goal. And we have some friends from Houston that a band called Long Live the Lights, and we make jokes about their music. It's called hopecore because it's always just like real hopeful, but it's like I guess post hardcore.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, I will steal that from them and say that we really try to just keep the hope core aspect of everything going.
Hmm. I think you explained that perfectly.
Nah, dude, I am not a public speaker. I'm not like I only get on the microphone to crack bad jokes. Like that's all I'm a guitar player before anything, so it's easier for me to hide
Hmm.
behind than hide behind a microphone. So
Do you have a favorite bad joke?
I have tons of bad jokes. If you ask my wife, that's all I have. Uh I can't think of any right now. Like my some of my favorites are like the popsicle stick jokes.
Hmm.
Like they're just so bad that you have to laugh because of just how
Yeah.
stupid it is. So like I'm sure you already heard it, but like what did the math book say to the other math book?
What?
Like you got problems. Like it's terrible,
But you have to laugh.
but you have to laugh because it's so bad.
That's the best kind of
I don't
joke.
know, huh? Yeah,
That's the
for
best
sure,
kind. Yeah.
for sure. So we're very. My band is very we try to stay lighthearted as often as we can, just as
Hmm.
like I said earlier, there's just too much dark in the world that we try to make it somewhat funny, even if it's
Hmm.
bad jokes. At least you're not thinking about whatever you're dealing with.
Yeah, a bad joke is still better than whatever else is going on.
Exactly. That's what we're trying to do. We got 30 minutes a night to try to make you forget about whatever suck that you're dealing with.
Hmm.
So,
For somebody who hasn't seen you guys live, what could they expect from a live show?
my singer will tell you who we are after every song, and even though we give him crap about it, he still does it like to this day. We've been a band for 8 years. So repetitiveness is I would say is kind of like as a jab at him. Uh, our shows are fun. They're just a lot of energy for once again for the millennial crowd, for the older dudes. We still kind of have fun and get moving and jump around and crowd, involve people in the crowd, and we try to do just whatever we can to make it memorable for whoever's there.
Hmm. Speaking of memorable, do you have any super memorable or favorite shows that you've played?
Last year I say this year. So last year, not 2026, 2025 was probably the biggest year that we had as a band as far as shows go. Like we sold out two shows, one in San Antonio, Texas, and one in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Hmm.
And it's just always a good feeling to see somebody singing stuff back that we wrote in a bedroom.
Yeah.
It's like it's still wild that people are supportive like that and interested in it. Like I don't know that we'll ever get over that feeling. Like, that's just it's still so cool. Uh, so yeah, just really those two shows were huge for us. We traveled a good bit last year. We were doing weekend runs probably every other month, and this
Hmm.
year we've already got. I think we're almost tied to what we had last year already scheduled this year. So
That's exciting.
it's hit the ground running.
Hmm. Do you have any favorite places you visited?
Well, I've been touring since I was 18, so I've been all over the place. But in this band, I think one of the coolest things we got to do was last summer we went to uh we played a show in Memphis, Tennessee.
Ooh.
Yeah, on the way out to a tour that we're doing. It's just like a one-off show for us. And we played in Memphis, and it we went to the Lorraine Motel. I don't know if you're familiar with that. That's the motel where Martin Luther King Jr. got shot.
Hmm.
And it was like not that we didn't believe what had happened or anything, but it's always wild to be like go to a place where something that historical has happened and you're like,
Hmm.
dang, like that's the door where like he stepped out of and then just lights out.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy for us. And he just our drummer just had a baby, so he hasn't been with us for a while.
Hmm.
But he's a black guy, and it's really it was kind of very sombering to be there with him when he like saw it for the first time and just
Hmm.
realized like whoa, like this is like literal world changing stuff that we just watched or just
Yeah.
walked through. So yeah, it's crazy. We're the nerds that get out and go like historical hunting whenever we're out anywhere
Hmm.
that we have time like that. So yeah, like absolutely. We that day we had a choice between either go to that motel or we could go to Sun Studios where Johnny Cash and all them like started their careers at. And of course we went like the historical like human rights way and was like, hey,
Hmm.
we got to go check this out because it's just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm from Boston, so I love
Oh,
doing all the
nice.
historical stuff up here.
Yeah, I lived in. Are you familiar with Mass?
Yes.
Okay, so I lived in Belchertown and Amherst for like 5 years,
Nice. Yeah.
so Western Mass. But
Hmm.
uh, my wife surprised me with a trip up there on my 30th birthday. She had never been, and I hadn't been back since
Hmm.
2009 or 10, so it'd been a while. But yeah, we did the Paul Revere tour. We did like all the cool stuff down. in Boston. I took her to Plymouth Rock, which was very underwhelming.
Oh, it's like they don't you can't even be sure it's the right rock.
Dude, it's a pebble.
It's a rock. And but
And
it's like
of course, like, the history books here in Texas teach you like, oh, they landed a ship on it. And you're like, how do they land a ship on that?
but the reality is it's just a rock that somebody like engraved. It might not even be the first rock they touched. Like how do we
Yeah,
know?
it's
It's crazy. I remember in third grade, the big thing you study is like Plymouth Plantation and all of that. And
yeah.
so we went and we didn't even get to see the rock. We like looked at it from the school bus and we're all like, oh, that was a
Oh,
good
that's
choice to not have us all get off the bus and go to it.
lame. But yeah. See, I love like when we travel, when we tour. I'm and a lot of it is steered by me because
Hmm.
I've had more experiences, I guess, touring. So I tell all the guys, I'm like, hey, we're going here. We're gonna go look at this. We're gonna do this. You guys have to see this. I'm also a foodie, which really kind of screws me up whenever we're out traveling because I'm like, no, we gotta get pizza here. We gotta go get a cheesesteak here. Like, we have to go do these things. But yeah, Mass was fun. I love Massachusetts. I'm a big, obviously Western Mass, so I'm a big 413 guy.
Hmm.
Uh, what is it, 617, right? Isn't that Boston side?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I have a lot of memories with Boston proper and Sturbridge and like all that out there.
Hmm.
It's a lot of fun.
So when you get to a new city, what are the things that you look for first?
Well, usually with us, it's a bathroom because we don't ever stop anywhere
Hmm.
unless it's Bucky's. We'll stop at Bucky's because that's just like a touring band rule. But generally, yeah, just yeah, it's like survival really at that point.
Hmm.
Just a bathroom or food or something. I'm kind of the business side of the band, so I have to go into the venue and handle. Hey, we're here. Where do we put our stuff?
Yeah.
The whole back part of it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We go to record shops. I've recently gotten back into collecting Pokemon cards.
Hmm.
And so myself is always, and I'm trying to find these vending machines that
Yeah.
they have these cards in all over the place. So who knows? This next tour is probably going to be just a ton of Pokemon cards in my bench in the van. I don't
Hmm.
know. We'll see.
You have to clean out a space for them all.
Yes, I got to bring my binder so I can collect, like, keep them in good condition.
Yeah, that would
We're
be
all
bad.
nerdy dudes. We're all nerdy dudes. Half of us like play World of Warcraft. The other half does Pokemon or plays whatever video games. So we love it.
Do you play when you're on the road?
Yeah, I have a Switch that I take with me, and I play it really as much as I can. I'll
Hmm.
get motion sickness if I don't look up and quit for 15 or 20 minutes every now and then. But
Yeah.
sure, all of us have some sort of video game in the van. You have
Hmm.
to. It's 7, 8, 9 hour drives just
Yeah.
suck when there's nothing else to do.
Hmm. You're probably sick of each other at a certain point.
Oh man, 2 days into a tour, I'm like, all right, can we go home? Like, we got to stop this. We've been doing it long enough though that it's we have our routines and we
Hmm.
just kind of we've we've only ever been in like one legitimate like good size fight on tour. I guess I would say we've absolutely had fights like everywhere else, but
Hmm.
in the van on tour, just one time, one big blowout, and we always make jokes about it. So
That's good. Well, not good that it happened, but good that it only happened once.
no, I mean, I don't know. Now it's funny to think back about it, but it wasn't then. So
Yeah.
glad it happened. Give us some comedy fuel here. But yeah,
Yeah. For someone who is going on their first tour, what advice would you give them?
oh man, just be prepared to be very stressed. It's not. I mean, I don't know. There's obviously different levels of touring, but
Hmm.
and I've been in the buses and I've been in the vans and I've done the RVs and I've done pretty much every bit of it. It's still fun, but after a minute, waking up in a different hotel room or a different state, or just not being what around what you're used to, kind of gets to stressing you out pretty good. But
Mhm.
just have fun.
Any
So I tell
advice for
somebody.
like de-stressing?
Well, that's what we use our 30 minutes for on stage, is just to hammer it out.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I'm straight edge, so I don't do any kind of I don't drink alcohol or smoke anything or do any kind of illicits. So I kind of just eat. I guess I would say, and then this is gonna make me sound like I'm a huge boy, but like I don't know. I'll eat my stress if I have to.
Yeah, that's
Everybody
what
loves a
you got
good
to do
Snickers.
sometimes.
Yeah, you got to get a Snickers because you never know what you are,
Yeah.
for real.
So, before I ask the last question, was there anything else you wanted to mention or talk about today?
Well, we are going on a little 5-day run with a girl named Gina Fontanella. She's Los Angeles based, I believe, but it's like a pop punk kind of female fronted Avril Lavigne setup. It's pretty cool. Yeah, we're going out with her and a girl named Mackenzie Brooke, and that will be February 10th through the 15th through Texas and Oklahoma City. If anybody is around, come hang out.
Okay. So, our last question is, what is the soundtrack of your life?
Oh, so I knew you. I had a feeling this was gonna be the question. So I've listened to so much music. Like my mom raised me on classic rock, and then my dad had me listen to like country, old '90s and '80s country. And then I found my own music, and so I'm just all over the board. So I will just say rock and roll in general, kind
Okay.
of any aspect of it. But I do like to, whenever I'm driving the van, the guys hate it. That's why I don't drive a whole lot, because I put on '90s country and they hate it.
It's a good
So
way to get out
that
of driving the
it's
van.
it's yes, exactly. That's my secret though. You can't tell anybody. I just put on '90s country, and Alan Jackson gets me out of work.
That's nice. That good that
It's
you get to
it's
listen
it's
to a little bit
funny.
of that music, and then good that you get out of driving the van.
Yeah, exactly. It's all a big giant plan.
So, for all of our listeners who want to stay updated on you guys, maybe see you live, where can they find you?
I mean, it is the age of social media, so anything social media we probably have, and if we do, it's going to be at Further North TX.
Okay.
So there's YouTube videos. There's a guy who's from our Little Rock show that I talked about earlier. There's a guy who's slowly releasing videos like every week of that, so it's kind of cool to go see that every now and then.
That's cool.
So we're all over the place. We respond very fast to any kind of messaging. That's kind of another one of the hope to help people out scenarios in our band,
Hmm.
as we try to be as available always as we can.
Easier said than done, though.
Very easy, yes, very much so. Life happens, life be life, and
Yeah, unfortunately.
it does. It doesn't stop.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
Of course. Thank you for having the interest.
Of course. Have a nice rest of your day.
Hey, you too. Enjoy the weather up there.
Oh, it's freezing.
I know it. I
Gonna be
kind
a
of miss it.
snowstorm this weekend.
I kind of miss it, but then again, like not having to plow or snow blow anything, I'm like, oh, it's kind of nice. But yeah, that's wild. That's awesome.
Yeah, have a nice rest of your day.
You too.